not hear any sound effects. I'm sorry. I have it on Serial Mix, Risu. But yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna test this out. This is the very first time I played this, and I suck at dungeon crawlers. So this will be fun. Sasaki, what's going on? I remember going to bed. Next thing I know, I'm in a temple.
I'm at the point where I'm gonna be brutally honest.
Soon, a journey will involve many, yourself included. Progress now to learn more about how to handle yourself in combat. With your, I think I spelled that wrong, attunement, I grant unto you a special power, one only you can use, dot dot dot. Pay attention to the color of the slimes. It is the only way you can survive here. Uh-oh. This is odd, but for now I'll play along. I need to figure out a few things. I can figure out what that voice was.
There's a distinct lack of
There is. Okay, so we've got items. Right. Okay. I'm just figuring out controls here. So we got items, weapons, armors, key items. We don't have anything there. Skills. Sword, fire, lightning, earth, holy. There's okay, yep. Ice and water. That's interesting.
Alright, I forgot I can still talk.
Alright, we have wow, I am definitely not having good call quality right now. Alright, because the call quality is doing terrible right now, I'm exiting the call. Sorry, guys. Because that was just sounding terrible. Alright. Okay, so let's take a look around. Yeah, it's Sasaki. I say Sasaki because I'm weird. Dark slime emerges. So let's fight with our mystic sword. Let's try using holy. I don't think I can. Let's attack then. 12 damage. And I took a lot more. Items? Can't. There we go. Now I can for some reason. Let's see. 13 damage. So I don't think holy was correct. Let's take a look. I doubt that it's supposed to be dark. This is weird. How come it's stacking? It looks like it's stacking here. There we are. Yeah, I guess it is dark. Because if it's stacking, you'd think that bad things would happen, you know? 10 yen! Woo! All your yens, yip yip yip! So, you'd think that if it were stacking, we got some helative items. Helative has an A instead of an I there. And new enemy. Slimes! More dark slime, it looks. Okay, two things. First, the elements seem to be attacking. Or they seem to be stacking. When you... Oh, you gotta build up TP to do it. When you stack up the elements, then you're basically adding in the multiplier together. Right. It would be nice to be able to transfer TP over between fights, but I think that's a game mechanics thing that you can't really do. So now that I know that I need TP in order to do it, how did I do that much damage? Is this just normal slime? Huh. 10 yens! Yeah, that's what I think, Seti. I think that you could make it orange slime. Orange. That's probably gonna be holy. Yeah, one thing I would suggest is if it's at all possible, keep the TP between fights so that I don't have to continuously charge it up. I don't think that's gonna happen. Also, for people who don't know, what you have to do is find the correct element. So let's try holy, just because I know in our thing it could be earth. In our thing, fire is red, lightning is yellow. We don't have earth, so I might try earth. Ice is cyan, and wind is green. Let's try earth. Fight! Attack! 14 damage. I probably ought to check my items. I have a potion. Okay. So I don't need to use any of that yet. So that didn't work. Let's try holy, but I would think that if it were holy, it would be called a holy slime, because there were dark slime and I just did no damage. I'm gonna use an item. How much does that restore? All. Right. But you want me to find all the problems with it, Risu, so I'm gonna try to find all the problems with it. And now I can't do anything here, so I'll just attack a thing. 12 damage! Woo! Alright, so Mystic Sword. Someone said fire. Let's try fire. $14 damage. So fire was not the right one. Let's try... I haven't done lightning yet, right? I don't remember. Try lightning. There we are. This is lightning. Fight. Okay. So someone remember this. Someone remember that we have lightning is orange, because crap if I'm gonna remember that. What do we have now for items? I guess we just doubled our items here. Okay, cool. Orange slime! We know this one, so, oh good, we do keep some TP. And I am not going to be able to do anything with this call. Oh, right. You know what I could do, though? One second. I don't know if you can hear this. I just got a tablet, which I will talk about, if I haven't already, in my upcoming... Yeah, in an upcoming Let's Play video. So I'm going to be listening in on this thing. Hello guys. I have no idea what my audio sounds like on that. Awesome. And now I'm still getting calls from all these people. That's kind of funny.
Although I only hear you at the moment.
Yeah, I only hear me too.
So I guess it's just you and me.
Okay.
Just you and me, maybe. You put two and two together. I mean, nothing's wrong. You can totally take advantage of me.
And I plan to, Sauce. Just give me a minute.
Oh, I see a picture of Flop on stream.
Alright, excellent. I had to plug it in because the battery is like dead because it hasn't been plugged in for like 6 days. Alright,
Yes.
we're fighting. We're fighting.
Yeah, if you do end the call, maybe Jake can go, because apparently his internet made a solid 6.
Jor made a solid 6.
Well, no, but everyone knows that. It's not a secret.
Alright, so Sasaki was victorious. I'm gonna move that mouse out of here.
Unless it's not Muskie.
Well, we could call her Muskie if you want. Feels like something is blocking me. Back to looking around I go. It feels like something is blocking me. Back to looking... Alright. So let's get another fight. Dark slime. So I know what to do here because dark is actually dark, which is kind of odd. I would try to do the opposite personally. But... yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's a deviation, and it's in a good way, as long as it's not completely random what it is, and you don't know two magic waters.
Obviously, Dark Slime's
Yeah.
how do you not know
If there's absolutely no way to figure it out, it gets really annoying to try to fight them. Green slime. So I'm gonna try wind. I guess I'm fine with that for now, although I'd really like to have the other people, but yeah. Okay. Well, I think it has something to do with my tablet, actually.
So your tablet is biased.
Right.
Well, I can listen to that.
So I'm gonna hang up the call and see what happens. Someone else call in. So am I actually missing them, or is it just like really terrible? There we are, 11 damage. So now I know that wind is not the correct one. So let me try earth. $15 damage. Earth is the incorrect one. So let me try. Ba 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 ba. I'm missing them. Okay, we know lightning. Let's try ice. I have no idea why it would be ice. DJ! $12 damage. Not good. I'm gonna use an item because why not? I tried wind, but it wasn't working. Let me try it again. Actually, this is not an Atlas game. This is... yeah, it was wind. This is a Risu game. Based on an RP that is based on an Atlas game. 10 yens! Yip yip yip. Did I actually open that? It did. The encounter rate is maybe just a hair high for me personally. But that's just me. I know you're Nova Nova. Hi Nova. Earthy slime. I'm gonna guess at this one. Let's see if this works. Fight! Mystic Sword can't use, so just attack. I'm not sure. Mystic Sword! Earth on the earthy slime. That one worked. Well, my RP is harder than a... Wow. I think we've got some issues here. I'm gonna leave this. Okay, things that are not working, but that was expectable. Expecting. I'm pregnant. Blue slime. Mystics again, no TP. That's the only thing I dislike. I should be able to at least build it up and keep it. And that way, yeah, that way I don't have to take, 2 rounds of damage before I can do anything. So let's try water. I didn't even pay attention. I'm sorry. Yeah, okay, it must have been a miss. Huh. Anyways, I think I'm gonna give up on the call thing. It's just not working for me right now. More battles. Blue slime, blue slime. Blue is water, earthy is earth, dark is dark, orange is lightning. Not sure what else we had. Are you done now? Are you done being weird, tablet? No? Okay. Victorious. And I know that you're not using MP because of reasons, but it would be nice to have MP uses. What do we got? What do we got? 2 magic waters. What do the magic waters even do? Make you magic? Okay. Yep. I am low on MP. Am I even using MP? Fine, I will try to join the new call. Hello? Is it... Well, it might have only been working well because I wasn't there. Right. I was trying not to host. Yeah, 5 steps. This is... Risu, 5 steps should not be a thing, okay? someone's smoke alarm is going off.
I'm also, we don't have smoke alarms because I'm always smoking.
Right, it would just constantly be going off.
Looks like Lucy's dropped.
Yeah, it shows her as busy right now.
Yeah.
Is somebody going to add recent?
She's in right now.
I added everyone who was in the previous call.
Sasaki is victorious. I just linked the. Can I open from side? I can. Cool. I just linked the stream into the min chat, so let's see if we get anyone else in here. I could let you guys pimp it for me.
Oh, I do. I normally pick. How good of it? Slime Corner because doing is cool, streaming is busy, but I have to pick calls. No, I have to pick streams. People need to watch you.
We would rather watch you naked.
Well, I could start a video call.
Pimping yourself.
Let's use the magic. And why not? Everyone has.
The next day.
It's
Yowie is a mystical creature as well.
glowing slime. This is a new one. I'm gonna guess ice.
I never heard
Rachel has troubles entering the
Turn off notifications.
It's better than everyone having trouble entering the call.
Alright. So I'm gonna click on the right window. I'm gonna try ice on these ones because they look icy.
They look sexy, I mean, icy.
14 damage. No.
Do you mean
No, they maybe holy.
Really nice color.
They are kind of a nice color.
cyan is cool.
297.
You see, I would attribute cyan shock thunder or electric. That's normally how you see electricity displayed on in animation.
Mhm.
Whatnot. Red only if it is explicitly evil, like Infamous.
Like you when you don't let me do video calls.
Normally, the lightning I see is
I haven't leveled up at all yet. I thought I was going to level up.
Sasaki never levels up.
She doesn't.
This is all about feeling. All the lightning
Come on.
over here is purple or red.
All the lightning over there is fabulous.
Alright, here's the stair. A couple of things, Risu, if you're listening. The difference between these two chests, one's open, one's closed, from a distance, maybe it's just because the window's so small, but it's really hard to tell. That's just me, and it's just the sprite, and perhaps using the wide open one would be a little easier. Oh!
A lot of those are placeholders because
Everything is a gigantic placeholder.
Your mom's a placeholder.
Exactly.
I'm offended. Well, I'm the sexiest placeholder around. In fact, I'm so sexy that I'm no longer a placeholder. I'm gonna go for my name.
Oh, come on.
Silly sauce, you're just a non-second.
Playtesters have agreed that I was the most entertaining and sexy part of the beta, so they put me in the main game.
Sauce, you're not my beta, you're my alpha.
Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the grand source.
More like just in the end. Cumulative items. It's like there's a bridge here. Cyan, orange, and red. I have 2 new ones. I'm gonna guess red is fire, cyan is ice. That is my guess. So Mystic, we had orange was lightning. Fight. Yes. There are a lot of slimes here.
It's making me use RPG Maker.
Let's see if this works. Yes, it does. I think for Nova, I think what I would do is, you know, the animation that appears when the chest initially opens, you know, before you hit OK. And I got 15 yen from that. And maybe if I get a chest, I'll show you what I mean by that. Let's see what this thing says. Behold the rune of creation. One cannot continue on without mastering both creation and darkness. Acquired creation rune, now level 7. Earthy, green, and blue. Alright, Risu. Guys, 1 second. Guys, 1 second. Risu. On those 3 attacks, I'm trying to do some bug testing here. Guys. Alright. You guys. On those 3 attacks, it didn't say that it missed or anything like that. It just said no damage. So that's something that. But it does say miss when I miss.
Yeah, it says miss when I miss.
Right.
It for some reason says 0 damage.
So that it shouldn't do that.
If it says 0 damage, you hit, but it literally does no damage.
Yeah, but it makes but it should explain why it doesn't do any damage because you're hitting it with with the same attack that's its weakness.
I'm expecting an RPG to give you an explanation.
Yes. Like it should say blocked or something like that.
Yeah, when it says block, it makes sense, but when it doesn't,
JB,
it
JB, just black one from JB making no sense. You're expecting the game to be sensible and make sense? That's bizarre. It's crazy.
yes.
How much HP do these things have? Like, could I actually beat them without using the Mystic Sword?
I was honestly wondering when they were actually changing the
Oh, right, you told me nick damage. Is there a way when that procs to say something about that?
Oh,
Alright.
yeah, nick damage. Talk about your now I lost the words because wrong. Talk about your Disgaea
Reference?
Zeppelins.
Zeppelins. Disgaea Zeppelins.
Disgaea Zeppelins.
That makes sense.
The problem is that the Zeppelins be flat is every change.
Well, we are playing a Sasaki here.
Well, true. So everyone else must be flat then.
And yeah, if it's supposed to be Sasaki, instead of Sasaki, I learned Spanish, so I will mess that up. Ow. Whoever's thing is earthy. Whoever's smoke alarm that is, please go fix that because that did hurt. That's loud in my ear. Ah, it's Kike. Kike,
Oh,
either fix your smoke alarm or mute your thing, please.
Have this.
I think he's talking about your select thing.
Well, when I hear that beep, your thing lights up, so I'm not sure what it is.
The only thing I can think of that you're talking about, JB, is the Sonic thing coming from this.
Seriously, Kike, you're going too fast.
Or actually, it's obviously Sasaki is stupid. According to reason.
Obviously.
Also, did I read that correctly? It seemed like unknown spelled incorrectly.
In when she went downstairs? I'll check it when I go upstairs. I didn't notice it though.
I think it was spelled
Red Soul.
A-N-K-N-O. Yeah, I think they accidentally stuck an A and M in the top.
You mean a U?
Well, I always do that though, JB. I always get that wrong.
You're drunk, Sauce. Go home.
I am home.
Get in my bed, Sauce.
Go drunk? Okay, let me just go to the fridge. I'll get drunker. For you guys, anyway.
But yeah, I would change the walking distance to allow you to go at least 15 paces, I think, or at least walk 5 seconds or something, whatever the thing is.
Quit nitpicking. This is an RPG. You expect steps every. You expect random battles every step. That's just how it goes.
It's just my personal opinion on things.
Did anyone ask for your opinion?
Yes,
I love your opinion. Sexy.
your face.
My face is sexier than my face.
Yeah. Alright. Man. See, the thing about battles is they should not get annoying. That's my only thing. Battles should not be annoying.
Well, you see, that's the thing with random encounters.
Right.
There is just no way to make random encounters.
See, that's just annoying right there.
There are ways to make random encounters fun. The problem is this is pretty much the same battle every time.
Yeah.
Over and
Yeah,
over
that
and
also.
But that makes sense because of the enemies and how fast things went. But oh hey, I killed it without switching my thing. But what I don't like is when you take literally 5 steps and it's a fight. Because oh, there was an evade.
I'm back, and
Welcome back.
this is what just RPG Maker.
Yep, that's spelled correctly. You can change the encounter rate. You can change encounter.
RPG Maker.
Yeah,
Like you can change the battle system entirely with RPG Maker.
I did not know that. But you don't have to have a deep understanding for changing the encounter rate because I've done it. It's not that bad.
Changing the encounter rate is basically changing one number in the map screen.
Right.
Yeah, there's most likely a value specifically for encounter rate in PX, so
And it's really simple to do.
Well, yeah, it's directly related to that, and you can actually make it based on anything you like and auto-scale and set to the total of numbers in it.
Yep.
Just for clarity's sake, I've just used 100 maximum frequency.
It's still random encounter. You make a step and suddenly bam, enemy every number.
There's
I'll be right back, guys. I won't be too long. Sorry to deprive you of the news.
I'll be sad.
But Risu, you can change the minimum length. So instead of having it a minimum of 1 step, you can change it to like 10 steps.
She's not in the call, so
She is in the stream, so she does.
So yeah, I really prefer when you can see the enemies on screen and decide to approach them. Because then you can just use the button and you can just use the button. It's just, you know, it's still random encounter. You make a step and suddenly bam, enemy every number. It's
Mm.
Also helps if you have like say for like running license or things, it makes you sense like okay, I probably shouldn't actually do these lights to make the boss easy.
All right.
Yeah, exactly. I can also
Something
always
else,
make
maybe.
it fun when you can decide that I wanna grind in this area where I don't get experience at all. I'll just bypass these weak enemies and well, I just bypass these weak enemies and grind in an area where there are actually strong monsters.
Okay, hold up. I got another bug to report. Risu, I just found both the runes. Should I not be allowed in right now?
No, that's
No,
not a
you are
bug.
not. It's something else.
Yeah,
There
that's
is
not
something
a
else.
thing.
Okay, I only knew about the runes.
You have to find the legendary soul stone in the body of pure section, and you have to
I found it. It's in the call.
Not that I'm lucky.
There is. You're good. You found everything.
Oh, come on. Hit the thing. Oh,
Use my bow.
water ran out. Whatever. I've almost got it dead anyways.
Obviously.
Alright, where is it, guys?
Did anything?
Where is it?
It's right here in the chat.
Where is the thing I need to find?
Actually. Well, the thing you need to find is.
It's sexy.
Well, yeah, okay, but.
It has
Please tell me these are glowing.
Did you just get the
I got both runes and opened all the chests.
including the weapon and armor chests?
No, I did not find it.
I found everything. The weapon and armor chests are on the first floor in the very center, and they also include the final little thing that you need to go there before you head off into the sealed area.
Okay, so I need to find on the first floor in the center.
Yeah.
This is the place. Okay,
Center top area.
so I need to go up.
Yeah. Huh? Well, not that way.
Well,
You know,
you guys are like 6 miles behind me. You guys are like 6 miles behind me, just so you know.
That's not
oh god. Someone want something?
Yeah, YouTube, the game theorist uploaded the video of me.
So you're saying I have to go left, DJ?
So apparently this is a new game. Apparently this is a new game theorist video. Hold on.
Do I have to go left, you're saying?
Is Link's quest of Majora's Mask pointless?
I'm gonna go left.
Apparently Cell is even faster than you.
actually I'm even
Sick.
faster than you two because I watched the episode yesterday.
I just checked YouTube. When you
Yeah, it's
mentioned
a new one. It's
Frog,
not. It's not the. It's not the one about the Link game.
it was apparently the
It's the
latest
link
one.
between worlds.
The temperature we're opposite right now. Yeah.
Ooh, turn clouds.
I'm not posting. Oh yeah, I've got to listen. It'd be a shame if I couldn't hear you.
It would be terrible.
You all will be there.
Alright, let's try this. Green slime.
JB is main show in theory. Really, it wasn't here. Maybe in the afternoon. Hold on a second. And for some reason I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Yeah, because
You guys were just talking too much.
the stream and the thing are desynced. I keep
Yeah.
forgetting that. I mean,
It's desynced by a good like 6 seconds or something, so when you tell me to go up, it really doesn't help. Oh, I missed this. Okay, found it.
tonight was fun. And still is
A
fun.
newer hairpin, also a couple accessories. And I take a step.
Yeah, you're there. I'm just seeing you get there.
The
All those
golden
little chests.
hairpin, which reduces MP cost to 1.
Oh wait, different game. Yeah. Different game.
Water. Splash.
Once you get all those chests, head up to the statue, talk to it, you get the final thing,
Yep.
and then the platform number 2.
Oh, come on. Come on. Hit the thing.
Yeah.
The path to legendary Solus reveal.
It's almost as if Sasaki has terrible accuracy or something.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, were you expecting Sasuke to be accurate?
Nope.
I expected the sauce to be
Albeit-
all over the floor.
Sauce me all over what?
The place.
All over the place. You mean all over everyone?
Contains a better weapon.
Are you just trying to just punch Fred? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, because, oh, I got a Kusanagi no Tsurugi. Let's just optimize.
How were you walking around without now you're invincible?
Well, to the slime at least.
Yeah. I'm just that good.
Yeah, you're not that good with me though, Shibby. Admit it.
Oh, I can just two-shot these guys.
James, did you talk to the statue?
There's a statue to talk to.
Yeah, the statue that you just passed right by.
Oh, that statue?
DJ, have you ever considered riding a wolf?
Yes.
As you master the power of destruction and creation, unto you grant the power to fully unlock your abilities. Now level 17.
Right there.
That's not very obvious. That's not very obvious, Risu, just saying.
Yeah, it's not. Like,
Actually, it is very obvious. It's the only statue in the whole floor.
Yeah, but it looks like something in the background. It doesn't look important.
That statue, but yeah, it definitely blends in too much. It doesn't
Well,
stand
I
out.
checked out every statue on that floor.
well,
Well,
good for
damn,
you.
you guys.
Good for
Well,
freaking you.
I mean, I
You
would...
guys understand RPG logic better than I do. Now I
I hate RPGs. Well, not hate.
I need to
dislike
refresh
them.
standards to stop voting.
Took me a while to figure out that that was the statue you needed to go to.
I was always going to that statue.
I didn't play because I was busy.
The other thing, there's two things that I dislike about it, but the other thing is that if I need to do something, it should tell me or at least give a hint as to generally what I need to do. So if I need to get 2 runes, there might be something that shows me 2 spots, so that it shows me that I need 2 different runes. If I have to talk to a statue, there should be something that says talk to somebody. You know, that's one thing I dislike about a lot of RPGs is they just don't tell you these things. And when
Well, yeah, I guess, yeah, that's annoying.
when that happens, you just literally can't do it. You just don't know what to do.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, James, you're going to hate. First off, save. Second off, you're going to hate this boss fight.
I don't think I can save anymore.
Yeah, you're totally gonna hate this.
Heavenly Fighter merged.
You are going to really hate this because
No, I did die. I beat it on my first success.
oh well, I didn't because okay.
Well, let's
Yeah,
see.
I was really careful with this boss, so I knew what to expect. Except for the
Shade.
really high HP part.
Yeah. Herein lies the problem.
Hmm. So now it's pretty much out damaging my. Yeah. I'm going to need to use the high potions because it's pretty much out damaging my potions. Oh ho ho. Final attack.
Did you
That wasn't too bad, actually.
You won.
No.
That was a ridiculous amount of damage, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically going to be your main method of attacking
Right.
for the entire fight.
So just like 20 turns. If you
Well,
survive.
it's like that move does like about 5 to 6k damage.
Right. And if there's 30k,
On each kill, you can get a crit in, which is kind of rare, but it does happen.
no effect.
The whole problem I see with this move is that the setup is just so friggin' long.
Yeah, that is a thing. I should only have to break once. I sh
Collecting TP and also having enough MP to pull it off is
right.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
There are too many
but for the first ball,
It's just,
Expecting too much from perhaps RPG movies, which probably aren't the sort of target audience for this game.
yeah, but even for people that are familiar with RPGs, having this on the first boss is
yeah,
pretty
this
annoying.
well, it's the only boss. It's the
I
last
don't
boss,
care,
guys.
you fought criticisms. I'm giving criticisms.
no, it's
If there's anything TJ is good at, it's criticizing. But that's why we love him.
What Risu said, she was
Sue me,
no.
okay?
I
Get
got
the
me.
buggers
I
and
got that.
sue me
Shut
and
up.
I'll get
Shut up.
them corrected.
Shush. Shush. Why do I'm gonna kiss you?
Whoa, Blackrock. When did you
Okay.
steal my shtick? I thought I was
Shh. I was gonna kiss you too.
but what Risu was saying, if you guys hush for a second,
Nerds don't mind. Well, it's not working.
Risu was trying to get a very specific test in here. She was trying to figure out what debuff reliance skills would do, which is why the boss has these specific problems with it, which aren't really problems. Yeah.
considering this isn't even a beta, I think
Yeah. It's pretty much just a does this work? A proof of test.
Also very significant balancing.
I believe that's kind of the point considering the subject matter.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I do like the sprite though. That's a nice sprite.
Well, it's not technically a sprite.
I like the 2D picture.
Yeah, if anyone's gonna be a stickler for sprites, it's Blackrock.
Okay. Now I have enough TP.
It's a downscale and
Yeah, that's the only thing I really dislike is how much TP is involved here. If the TP values were halved, it would be a lot simpler.
but we don't wanna see. What is simple?
Well, by simple I mean I'm not going to be sitting here wasting turns just to, gain TP. Because that's basically what I'm doing is I'm sitting here and either guarding or chugging potions while I'm waiting for
There's a difference between the good RPG and bad RPG pace.
right.
This one, while it has a few things done right, yeah, a lot of it either the numbers are too slow or expecting too much, too repetitive in a lot of senses.
It's not a question of being easy or difficult, Risu. It's a question of being something that brings the user in.
It's about being engaging.
Right.
That's what a game should be.
And now I went too early
It
here.
can be incredibly challenging and rewarding, but if it's not entertaining, what's the point of sticking
Pretty much.
Exactly.
Yeah, see now I've lost my friggin'
with it?
thing.
It's like
Yeah,
Montessori,
I've
it's not
had
really the most
thousands
difficult
of
game, but it's enjoyable and engaging, so I play it.
And yeah, this is
Up a spot, and now you have to go through the entire process all over again.
right.
It's a high punishment for being able to make such gross mistakes.
Right, because I went one turn early, I lost a bunch of stuff and wasted a whole bunch of time. It's not a difficulty factor because I know what I'm doing. The only difficulty would be if I don't have enough potions, which should not be a difficulty factor in general. So let me just chug another potion here.
Yeah, given how long it was, yeah, makes sense.
But I mean, the other half that you got to realize is this was, a proof of, it was a test, and it's not meant to be a final product here. So it makes sense that it's not. I'm gonna wait one more turn on that. It makes sense that it's not absolutely perfect. I'm just trying to offer criticism to make it better. The music is awesome. I'll give you the music.
Yeah.
All right, Mystic Sword time.
She never needed my help feeding it. She's good for finding music.
Okay. Heavenly Break. This almost reminds me of Toho music, to be honest. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not. Yeah. I don't think it is Toho, but it sounds like it could be in a Toho game.
These ones are basically the only ones.
I don't have to end the call for them to hear it. I just need to turn it up, and if I turn it up, I can't hear it myself, or I can't hear the call. So that's why I don't have it on.
I'm not too fast.
And it's nice music, but it's not really worth not being able to hear everything. Okay, so yeah, I shouldn't be sitting here chugging potions. That's my only real complaint with this final boss, is that I should be able to
And
do
the thing
something
is,
every
if
turn.
you didn't have potions, you would be screwed. Yes.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if
And
that's
plus,
a good
and
design.
plus,
I
to
mean,
be
if
fair,
you were depending on your healing skill, that's a different matter because it's your skill. But which is still not all that better, but a bit better.
well, theoretically,
winning a battle is sufficiently to your own skill is a lot better than winning it just by attrition.
but theoretically, this is a test for, our Persona RP, which means that we would have uh, fighters that can heal.
Four or five people with healers, fighters, Celine, who's best anyway.
Obviously, you would say that.
Obviously.
So,
Even then, I mean, the problem is it looks like, I mean, the boss would have to be if this boss were to pop up anywhere else, it would have to be redesigned so that other people would be able to damage it more effectively.
yes.
I mean,
And
Sasaki's skill, that skill in particular, should be doing a hell of a lot of damage than just like, say, a random Naga spell, but still.
Random Augie spell. Because I've got a good monopoly on them.
I always called it Aji.
Augie, Aji, Abi, Babi,
Because it just sounds better, Miragidine.
Zio was spelled G in the Japanese version.
It was.
I think I can do this now.
Zio?
Because I'm supposed to get 10p.
How
10p.
it works if they evolve when it was me. Dio. That God.
Alright. Got her. Sasaki was victorious. Wahahaha. Yatta. Game over. Game over, man. Now that that's done, I suppose it's time for me to leave.
I'm not letting you go anywhere, G.
I wonder what that voice meant by journey that will involve many. Oh well, guess I'll find out.
Yes,
Oh,
but
I also have one major complaint here, Risu. Her boobs are not nearly large enough. It's a
I
thing.
mean, she
All that
is.
coming from a billion miles away.
She is
She
the
should
biggest.
literally be walking boobs, and that's about it.
She's also leader of the big three when it comes to breasts in Persona RP.
Who's the third one?
Wait,
I know Kimiko. Matsuki. Isn't she a C?
Yeah, she's the third biggest.
I thought she was a C.
Kimiko's second,
I thought
and
Nami was
Sasuke.
third biggest.
Yeah, I thought Matsuki and Asami were like the same.
I thought, what?
Yeah.
What size is Asami?
She's a C.
She's a C.
Well, then she and Masaki are tied.
What did I just join into?
Breasts.
Persona RP discussions of the utmost importance.
We must always confirm the hierarchy of breasts in Persona RP because
It's true. Kimiko is number 2.
Virgins.
So it seems like Asami and Masaki are tied for third then.
Risu, on a whole,
Typical docking.
my thoughts on this,
Wait, docking?
Yes.
That's
dudes,
Yes.
dudes,
That's
dudes, streaming
we
here.
can write some of that in the. We can write some docking.
Oh man.
Okay.
Now,
No, I'm too tired.
On a whole, Risu, my thoughts are that you did a really good job as a test. I would really like to try out the Ryobi one. I think you're going to get a lot of really major upgrades to it that are going to be really helpful. The sprites definitely could use a little bit of work, but of course these are all default. Oh goody, Ryobi has a feather in his hair for default sprites. That's great. The enemies just being all slimes, you did have a bunch of variety in strategy form, so that was pretty good. I liked how on the second floor you mixed it up so they weren't all the same. Downsides are your skills involving TP. You had to wait way too long for the skills to actually proc or be able to be done. For the final boss, you had to do 3 massive TP consuming skills all at the same time, which made it so that you just sat around waiting the entire battle, which is a downside. You don't really want to have to sit and wait for an entire battle. But those are pretty much my only major complaints on it. I think you did a really good job with the dungeon layout and everything. And as I said earlier, if we just had a couple of little hints on to what to do, although it wasn't that involved anyways. Anyways, this has been the stream. I'll see you guys later. If I figure out how to stop it. Thought there